she said this working for Turning Point USA. Here's what she wrote. Oh, on every podcast tribute episode I did about Charlie, I did not run my ad sponsorships. My directive and choice to my team. We are now in debt to my sponsors. I didn't care. It felt like the right thing to do. Okay, so.
I cannot wait to hear how she tries to finagle her way out of this one. Let's go. Because, she's about to do an ad break anyway. So let's see what happens.
Turning Point made something like $90 million in the couple of weeks following Charlie's death. I think I first heard it was 70 million. It's gone up since then. They were selling like t-shirts at the memorial event, like Freedom Charlie t-shirts. They were selling products.
That's CPUSA.
She is, I guess, trying to imply that me speaking about his death and running ads is problematic. Now, first and foremost, on our tribute.
That's funny because she doesn't say your name, Candace. She doesn't say Candace. And she literally says about herself. Hold on. I don't want to run this back, but I'm going to run it back just a little bit.
A pretty exciting opportunity. And so I don't understand why we just can't get basic answers.
I'm sorry, y'all.
That would allow us to just move on from how we are feeling about his behavior following things and the things that were said about him following things, which make us feel like they were priming him to take over for Charlie. And we heard these things from his father. We heard these things from people at Turning Point USA. And if you're looking for a fact, he took over for Charlie, who was slated to speak at Liberty University.
Who was else supposed to do that?
That's just a fact. Alex Clark also threw shade at us, and it's kind of incredible that she said this working for Turning Point USA. Here's what she wrote. Oh, on every podcast tribute.
Can somebody real quick read that and tell me where Candace's name is? Can somebody tell me that? Or can somebody tell me where she says Candace? I don't see it. Okay, just want to make sure.
Episode I did about Charlie, I did not run my ad sponsorships. My directive and choice to my team. We are now in debt to my sponsors. I didn't care. It felt like the right thing to do. Okay, so Turning Point made something like $90 million in the couple of weeks following Charlie's death. I think I first heard it was 70 million. It's gone up since then. They were selling like t-shirts at the memorial event, like Freedom Charlie t-shirts. They were selling products. And
she didn't say you.
She is, I guess, trying to imply that me speaking about his death and running ads is problematic. Now, first and foremost, on our tribute episode, we ran absolutely zero ads. Let YouTube run ads on that episode. So this is not a tribute episode. This is my podcast, and we're investigating this murder. And every person who is doing podcasts, whether it's Ali speaking about his Catholic journey, Lila speaking about what happens, whether they're whatever context they're putting it into, whether it's PBD and his team, which spoke a lot about Charlie Kirk after he died. Why are you looking at me as being the person who's reading my ads?
Nobody said your name. You are just guilty. You just have a great load of guilt because you know you're grifting off of Charlie Kirk's demise. That's it. No other way around it. You can't make it any better. You are just grifting off of it and you know it. You know it. That's the problem. That's why you're guilty. You feel guilty about it.
Made some huge sacrifice because for a couple of episodes you didn't run ads. This is what I mean. There's just so much inauthenticity coming out of this company right now. I'm such a good person. Look at me. Like, I didn't read ads on 2 of my episodes, but I did do this Wall Street Journal thing and try to hard launch my podcast a couple of days after he died. But look at me. I declined to do. What was the total amount that you postponed, by the way? Because you didn't decline it. You postponed having to read ads and said that you made them up later. It's just there's something that really bothers me about this. You know, they're angry at people who are investigating Charlie's death and catching them in lies. That's why she's mad. She's mad because she lied about me on her podcast and I called it out. Okay. If you don't lie on me, I won't have to call it out. If you don't tell lies about things that took place, about things that were happening at Turning Point USA, at the reason why Charlie wanted a Doge as she did. Oh, we do this no, you don't do a Doge every year. You want to know how I know that? Because Doge didn't exist before Elon Musk. So it's
But they did do an audit. Candace is knowing, she knows that she's being duplicitous. Again, all the candies, I know y'all got your seats up in the front of the church. Y'all, if you follow Candace, she's an IQ test. Literally, you're going to probably get your driver's license revoked. And good gracious, your concealed carries are getting rejected. If you follow Candace, that's probably what's going to happen. Because they're going to start 5150ing y'all, man. This is crazy work. This is, ma'am. I hope Lila Rose keep giving her that work. Matter of fact, I'm going to make sure that I check Lila Rose on a regular basis. We'll just do a Lila Rose update. We'll do an update of people that Candace hates. Lila Rose, Allie Beth, Alex Clark. We're just going to do an update, regular update on them.
What are you saying? They want us to pretend we're really dumb. And
That's
it's
funny.
Emotionally manipulative for them to be like, that's how you honor Charlie. Pretend to be an idiot. Pretend to not know how accounts work. Pretend to not know what it means when we say certain things and then change our stories multiple times. Pretend like it's just beyond the pale that Candace would suggest that we're engaging in a cover-up. Yes, I did say that. I didn't say that Mikey murdered Charlie Kirk. I said Turning Point is engaged in a cover-up because that is literally the only reason that people lie. Anytime you lie, it's because you're covering up the truth. You're engaging in a cover-up, even if it's a white lie. Even if I say, I'm trying to surprise a friend for a birthday party, and I tell her, I'm the only one that's going to be there, meet me here. It's a lie because I'm covering up a certain truth, right? That is what lies are for. There is no other reason to lie unless you're covering something up. So when you lied about the Catholicism thing, it wasn't because you murdered Charlie Kirk, Alex. It was because likely you guys were more concerned with your Christian Zionist donors and also pressure from your Jewish donors. And so you just lied to cover up the truth about where Charlie was at. Turning Point USA is telling a lot of lies. They're engaged in a cover-up. I said it. I am putting my name on that. I will not be apologizing for what I said. Come forth with the truth or don't.
This is a clip from an earlier live stream. I know you're going to like it, so the link to the full video is down below. Check it out. I'll see you over there.